My primary job was printing test ballots. The test ballots, we had to print 21 for every precinct, and some precincts have multiple ballots within them. So for every ballot, we had to print 21 test ballots since there were 21 candidates in the Senate race. So we printed these test ballots, and then they're run through the scanners and tabulators to make sure that you could vote for every candidate that is running in the election. We were testing in the Georgia World Congress Center, and Dominion personnel was heading up all the setting up of the equipment and the testing. But we used the normal paper that you would use in every precinct. And we used the printers, we used the equipment, so the test ballots were the same as a real ballot. There was no difference. There was just a suitcase underneath the table that we were supposed to put the ballots in, and eventually that suitcase was supposed to go to a shredder at some time. But I don't think it was emptied every night, and it wasn't secured. So I decided, like, we can't just put these in a shredder in the little suitcase under the table where anybody had access. We need to spoil them, because as a manager, if I have an extra ballot, I have to spoil it, and I have to put it in a folder, and it has to be counted, and I have to explain why I spoiled a ballot in my reports at the end of the night. So for me, I was uncomfortable about just putting them in the shredder suitcase without spoiling them. So then I went through one day and pulled out the 8-inch stack of ballots, and I spoiled them. I probably spoiled 3,000 or 4,000 ballots. There were probably hundreds or thousands of ballots that didn't get spoiled. I believe that there were ballots after that day that were misplaced, and we had to reprint them. And I assume those ballots were put in to be shredded, but I never went back through to spoil those ballots.